Hello everyone, you're here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 4 of the NAOR Cup Series season number 6. Currently practice underway, 20 seconds left in the hour-long practice session before we go into qualifying. Cole Sander currently on top of the board in practice with a 38.582. Behind him, Jared Skinner, and in third, currently our points leader, Jonathan Parker. Looking quick once again here at Charlotte. No wins on the season for Jonathan Parker, but he has 3 top 10s. The only driver in the field who has 3 top 10s in the first three races of the season. As practice officially wrapping up now, as we'll get into qualifying, which is only 1 lap, and they have 5 minutes to complete their fastest lap. We'll see if anyone can beat Cole Sander's lap time of 30.582. As now qualifying underway here as drivers getting into the cars and going onto the racetrack. First driver I see out on the racetrack right now is Giovanni Klein, that 5 machine right there. As like I mentioned, these drivers only have 1 lap. Not the typical 2 laps you see at most in most of our leagues. So only 1 lap to set your fastest lap, and here we go, Giovanni Klein across the line here. We'll see what he can do here at the 1.5 mile track in Charlotte, or Concord, North Carolina, excuse me. Right from the bottom line, right on that blue and white line, down the back straightaway. As the real life NASCAR series just had the Coca-Cola 600 here about a week ago. And it's going to be a long one here tonight in the NAOR Cup Series. 200 laps in total. As Giovanni Klein got across the line, he goes to 30.714. That puts him second, I believe, behind Kyle Todd, who runs a 5.22, which is faster than what Cole Sander ran in practice. So right now, Kyle Todd on top of the board. We'll see what Cole Sander is. He hits the wall, and his lap time will be invalidated. Fastest in practice, not even able to set a lap time there. Unfortunate for him. This is currently Jonathan Parker coming on the racetrack, currently our points leader at 48 machine. We also have the Capiak on the racetrack as well. I believe he may have, as Mark Kissel goes top of the board at 30.239. Way quicker than we've seen the lap times in practice. I think the track temp has definitely dropped. The track is quicker. Josh Earl moves himself up to second. The Capiak off of turn 4. Plus line goes at 30.501. And that lap does not count for Nick Capiak as Donnie Kite goes up to 5th. Got Nathan Lamon in the 14 machine. A bit loose there on the entry of turn 1 and also on the exit. Down the back straightaway he goes. 3, 3, and 4. It's off of turn 4. Here comes Eddie Lamon to the stripe. It's going to be as Jonathan Parker goes up the pole position. Nathan Lamon at 30.613. That puts him inside the top 10 in 9th place with Jonathan Parker currently on pole position with a little bit under 2 minutes left in the session. You have last season's winner, Hunter Peach, not able to set a lap time there in the 47 machine, so he's going to be starting near the back here, as everyone has set a lap so far except Ethan Fonseca Moreno, the only driver who's not even completed a lap so far. But right now, Jonathan Parker, if it holds, he will be the pole sitter here for tonight's race. I think I mentioned 200 laps here at Charlotte, 300 miles. Easily probably the longest race on the schedule. It's going to be a grueling race here tonight. That's still a little bit more than a minute left in the qualifying session. No drivers out on the racetrack currently. They're trying to set a lap. So we'll see if Parker can get the pole award here tonight. to be the DI9 Designs Pole Award. And he has a little bit under 50 seconds here. And looks like, unless Ethan Ross gets on the racetrack, Jonathan Barker will pick up the pole here at Darlington. He only had one pole this season. This would be his second of 4 races. But like I mentioned, has still yet to pick up a win here this season. But he does currently lead the points championship in front of his teammate Ethan Moreno. Last week's winner of Stephen Maggio, not in the session, I believe. No, not here tonight. So he will not be going back-to-back here. And or I guess 2 weeks ago, excuse me, at Las Vegas, as they have an off week due to Memorial Day weekend. As with 10 seconds left, Jonathan Parker going to pick up the DI9 Designs Pole Award for tonight's Charlotte race. As these drivers about to grid up here, as currently right now on the racetrack, it is 7 p.m. in sim time, so it will be going into nighttime. It's 2 times speed, so every 30 seconds is a minute. So an estimated about probably around 2-hour long race, so about 4 hours will pass in the sim time. So about 11 o'clock, so we'll definitely see the sunset and the sun go underneath the Charlotte and Concord skies. So in the meantime, we'll take a quick look at our starting grid here for tonight's race. As like I mentioned, Jonathan Parker picks up the pole award here. And Jonathan Parker gets pole here tonight. Like I mentioned, Mark Kissenweather in second. Josh Arnold third, Kyle Taub in fourth. Josh Adams fifth, Donnie Kite in sixth. Nathan Fryer seventh, Zachary Meredith in eighth. Nathan Lamont in ninth. Cody McCorkle rounding out the top 10 here. John Osborne 11th, Jared Skinner in 12th. Giovanni Klein 13th, Brock Morris in 14th. Hunter Sr. in 15th, Sam Wade in 16th. Mike Campbell 17th, Connor Thomas Gardner in 18th, Ethan Fonseca Moreno in 19th, Cole Center in 20th, and no driver in 21st, not sure why, but Nick Kapiak 22nd, and Hunter Peach will be 23rd, but not showing up on the grid. But Hunter Peach, defending race winner here at Charlotte, won last season. In season number 5. As here we go, currently rolling off here. Jonathan Parker gonna lead us to the green. Last season at Charlotte, it was only 120 laps, so it's 80 laps longer here tonight in season number 6. And 300 miles in total for tonight's race. It is easily the longest race on the schedule by far. It is all in this race. Charlotte Motorsport will be the finale also for the championship round in November 21st. So if you do good here at Charlotte, you could, this is some good practice for the championship finale about 6 months from now. So I mean, half a year, it's quite a bit of time, but I think the next gen also getting updated in the next update. So it's going to drive completely different next time we come here to Concord, North Carolina. And also, we're fighting for a championship then. So, it's only the beginning of the season, the beginning of the regular season as well. We kind of come to a stretch of mostly similar racetracks. Last 2 weeks ago, you had Las Vegas and Charlotte, obviously this week, then Michigan, and then Atlanta. So pretty similar racetracks in that 4-race stretch. And then you go to Le Mans, these next-gen cars. Very interesting race right there in about a month's time. So that will be a really interesting one. Never seen a Cup car go around Le Mans except maybe I think it was a year or two ago when they had a Garage 56 at Le Mans in the real life one. So kind of see something similar to that one in a month from now. But pace car lights are also going green this time by. Take a quick look at our weather before we go green as well. Like I mentioned, about 7 p.m. here in Concord, North Carolina, May 30th, the real life date. It's 85 degree track temp, 79 degree air temp. Expect that to go down a little bit here as the sun sets here on the East Coast. As the pace car lights, like I mentioned, are off, so we're about to do battle here for 200 laps, 300 miles in Charlotte, North Carolina. Pace car is off. Through the Geico Research Zone they go. Green flag is out. Jonathan Parker leads us to the green. As he clears easily down the back straightaway, he goes as the top three single file out, side by side behind. Kyle Taub there, Nathan Fryer on the inside, I believe, as Taub clears for fourth. As we lose, oh, that's Zachary Meredith losing it on the inside. He saves it for now in that public 17 machine. But he gives a lot of time, a lot of track position as well. Not what you want to do on the opening lap, but you still have plenty of time to make up that ground. Only lap number 2, but Jonathan Parker under attack early on from Josh Arnold, a bit loose off of turn 2. Josh Arnold with a good run down the back straightaway. He goes, just send it down to turn 3 on the entry. Using that middle of the racetrack. Good. Try to get a good exit off of turn 4. Will he lead lap number 2? Yes, he will come to lap 3. As new leader Josh Arnold takes race lead early on this one as well and sets the fastest lap of the race of a 3.219. 22 machine as Marcus went right on the back bumper of Jonathan Parker early on this one. Gotta manage your tires. It's a long stages here, 50 laps. Probably will see a pit stop as well in that stage. Azu Kisswiller gets a bit tight there off of turn 4 and hits the outside wall. As Moses single file throughout the front pack, you got some double file action here mid pack. Sam Wade, Hunter Peach from the back trying to make his way through the field. As also Zachary Merritt, we saw got very loose there on the opening lap. Almost spun into pit lane actually. Has a little bit loose racetrack here with the track temp a little bit higher in the mid-80s. As like I mentioned before, it'll probably dip down to the high 70s later in the night as well. But Nick Kapiak making his way through the field as well, up to 14th place. He started back in the pack due to bad qualifying performance from that 6th machine. But he's up to 14th already early on, already lap number 5. As things are starting to settle in here early on. There's a lot of single file action, but up front a little bit more. And around 6th place, you got John Osborne, Giovanni Klein side by side. You got Nathan Fryer ahead of him as well. As Cody McCorkle going to try to get both of them on the inside through turn 3 and 4. And John Osborne slots inside behind Cody McCorkle for now in 9th place. He's back out for 2nd. Mark Kisswiller going to try to get around Jonathan Parker on the outside lane. Looks like he's going to try to push Josh Arnold ahead as well. Kisswiller really run the top side. Trying to get that momentum down the front straightaway. Parker hanging tough on the inside. He hasn't really left the inside all night long so far. Early on this one, we just smoking turn 1 and 2. Not sure if something happened there. Looks like Josh Adams is a bit loose there for Nathan Fryer. Josh Adams a little bit off the pace from the back of Jared Skinner in 22nd. So not sure if he may have got loose in turn 1. But it does seem like a little bit of a loose racetrack so far early on this one. England definitely gonna come into play now. As Jonathan Parker and Mark Kissler swap spots as Parker now gets back up to second, using the outside line. And so far, already early on, 8 laps in this one, the field a little bit spread out. Has a little bit of packs forming here and there, but definitely spread out pretty quick. And Charlotte, well, a very unique mile and a half. We only go to there once a season, or once per season in the real life Cup Series. So these drivers don't have a lot of laps probably on the next gen. Obviously, the Coke 600 and iRacing happened last week, but since in the real life series in NASCAR they only go here once a season, there's not a lot of iRacing time that iRacing official sessions that go to Charlotte during the year. But Mark Kissman on the outside of Josh Arnold now going to try to look for the race lead. He got around Jonathan Parker there, so he slots himself back up to second as Morris Bunk off of turn 4 as well. Now Kissman going to look to the outside for the race lead into turn 1. He wants that clean air from Josh Arnold, and he's getting on the top side for now. One driver ripping the top side. I think that might be Nathan Lamont and Kyle Todd, one or two. But Mark Kissler has a nose ahead of Josh Arnold for now. We'll see if he can clear him off of turn 4. They're still alongside each other. Who will get this lap led? Looks like Kissler will. And he's about half a car length ahead of Josh Arnold. Come to a stripe that time by. And he clears there for the race lead down the back straightaway. Third different leader of tonight. It's now Josh Allen under attack from our poles here, Jonathan Parker. As they're side by side, kissing their pulling away a little bit there. Gap now 3/10 behind the second. As they're still side by side for the whole lap there. Kind of want Mark Kissler to pull away a little bit. And remember, there is no cautions for the stages. So lap 50 and lap 100 are the two stages. So there are no cautions for those laps, on those laps. Right out of the top 6 pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field. Kyle Todd in 6th place right there. Look to the inside of Nathan Lamont. As Jonathan Parker and Josh Arnold still side by side for second. They've been side by side pretty much for the last 3 laps. Duking out here for second place as Nathan Fryer behind them, just kind of lurking in the background there. Just trying to maybe save his tires, see who has the momentum. Down the back straightaway they go. It looks like from this point of view, Josh Allen has the momentum off of turn 4. Might be able to clear Jonathan Parker, but not quite yet. Parker with a little bit of side draft there off the exit. They're still alongside each other here for about 4 laps straight. One of the other has to give up at some point because Mark Kissler is scooting away here. 6/10 is the gap now between him and Josh Arnold or Jonathan Parker for second. He's continuing to gap these guys, even around the bottom lane. Saving his stuff out front with clean air. These guys still not able to get clear of each other. It's kind of just killing both of their tires at this point, I would think. They finally clear each other down the back straightaway as Josh Arnold gets by Jonathan Parker there. Single file out through most of the field. So we'll go back to the mid-pack and see if there's any battles here around Nick Capiak, Cole Snyder making their way through the field. Now we got some time. Let's see who has gained the most positions so far. Our top 3 most gains is Hunter Peach up 13, Cole Snyder up 8, and Nick Capiak up 8 positions. Hunter Peach in the ninth spot right now. Now up to 8th place, actually, just get around Giovanni Klein. Kyle Taub side by side with David Fryer here for 4th. As Taub clears Fryer, and Lehman clears Fryer for 5th. So Fryer goes from 4th to 6th there on lap 17 coming to 18. Like I mentioned, Hunter Peach, last season's winner here at Charlotte. He's made his way through the field. He's up 14 positions now, started in 22nd, now in 8th. And continuing to make his way through the field right now. Looking very strong in the first 18 laps of this one. Sean Lebarga once again going to try to get around Josh Arnold for 2nd. Almost going to turn 1. He might be able to get the momentum off of turn 2. I think he's clear. He's going to shut the door on that 22 machine. Yes, he will. Well, Arnold looks to the inside. No, he won't. He's going to stay behind for now. And you have caught back up to Mark Kissler within about 2/10 of him. He's down the front straightaway here to complete lap 19 coming to 20. 1/10 of the way through already. It's a 3-car breakaway pretty much from the rest of the field. And side by side, Arnold and Parker. They've been pretty much side by side for the second half of this run here. This is lap pretty much 10. So Mark Kissler has led since lap pretty much 10 as well. He's liking what he's seeing in his rearview mirrors. These guys continue to battle behind. That's just allowing him to save his tires even more and more throughout this green flag run. Still side by side, Arnold and Parker. I think Arnold clear off of turn 2. Yes, he will. Parker slots back in line. As we go back to around 8th place, Giovanni Klein side by side with Cody McCorkle. The 8 and the 82. Giovanni Klein ripping that bottom lane. He's going to clear McCorkle up the racetrack. He goes. Going to slot himself in line there. And grasso move there for Cody McCorkle. The inside lane clips the grass or the turf there in the quad oval. And Giovanni Klein ripping the wall here at Charlotte. Giovanni Klein looking like Kyle Larson out there in that 5 machine. Here comes Hunter Peach for 6th place on Nathan Fryer. Peach also kind of up to the outside wall there in 1 and 2. He's going to clear Fryer easily in 3 and 4. And he moves himself up to 6th place in another position of 16 spots here in total in the first 24 laps of this one. So loose. It's Giovanni Klein a bit loose off of turn 4. As once again, Jonathan Parker and Josh Arnold side by side for 2nd. Arnold almost was to the outside of Parker there, but Parker shut the door easily off of turn 2 as these two continue to duke it out for that 2nd place spot behind Mark Kissler. You have to wonder how much tires they have used up, but Parker with a huge run off of turn 4. He's going to the inside, Kissler and for the race lead. Parker and Kissler side by side in turn 1 and 2. Parker going to rip the inside lane right on that blue and white line there. Down the back straightaway they go. Kissler not with a great run off of turn 2, but he has the momentum. Going to carry him down into turn 3 and 4 as they're even into turn 3 and 4 now. Parker on the bottom has the run. He's going to clear himself and he's going to take back his race lead. Pulsiter back out front here in lap 27. And Kissler back in the 2nd. As ripping the wall goes is Kissler. Into the outside wall is Kissler. He's going to lose a lot of momentum there to Jonathan Parker and Josh Arnold now under attack from Kyle Taub. Here comes Taub to the inside. He's going to try to book in the turn 3 and 4. Not quite there though, as Arnold's still alongside him off of turn 4. Top gonna get him out the line. No, Arnold will get him out the line barely. But Top has a good entry to turn 1. I think he might clip that inside apron just a little bit, shot him up the racetrack just an inch or two. That kind of lost him some momentum down the back straightaway. He's gonna might slot back in line behind Arnold, not quite. He's gonna try to do it one more time. Gonna try to book in the 3 and 4. See if he can clear Josh Arnold here. Up the racetrack they go. And it looks like these race cars getting a little bit tight here early on as Jonathan Parker now scooting away. He now has a second light lead over Mark Kistenwiller, that 15 machine. As Parker may have just been saving his tires even with that battle he was doing with Josh Arnold. He's now pulled away from these guys big time these last 2 laps. As Top finally gives up for now. He's got to slot behind Josh Arnold there in that 4th place spot. But he's now, right as soon as I see that, he's back under the attack here for Josh Arnold. He makes it stick there in 1 and 2. He's now clear up to 3rd. Goes Kyle Taub. As I gotta mention, Jonathan Parker, these last 3 laps, absolute rocket ship here. Out in front, about 4/10 clear of the field, lap time wise. And he is pulling away big time on Mark Kistenwiller and the rest of the field there. This Kistenwiller, I thought he was saving his tires good, but it looks like Jonathan Parker on a whole nother level here. 31 laps into this one. Todd got a bit loose there, trying to get around Mark Kistenwiller for 2nd. Off of turn 2, but into turn 3 and 4 they go. Still 2 by 2. This Todd gonna try to clear Kistenwiller for 2nd. Not quite gonna be able to. Down the back straight, about to go. Top clears. Will Kistenwiller do a crossover move? He has his run down the back straight away. Will he take it? He's going to tuck in behind that Toyota Camry of Kyle Taub. Mark Kistenwiller blinking out there. And he has reappeared. Back to around this 10th place spot. It's Cody McCorkle and Hunter Sr. This is for 11th actually. As here's Brock Morris there in that 05 machine on the inside line. As when will pit stops happen here? We're 35 laps into this one already. Be interesting to see when pit stops do happen. It's about for 3rd. Continues to heat up here as Kyle Taub pulled away. I think Josh Arnold and Mark Kistenwiller may have killed their tires in this early run here compared to Jonathan Parker and the rest of the field, as Kyle Taub, Nathan Lamont getting around them pretty easily for now. Lamont's still struggling a little bit with Kistenwiller, but he should clear him to 1-2, and he will. Lamont up the 3rd. This one got peeked to the inside, not able to do anything. He's going to stay behind Nathan Lamont for now. As 37 laps in this one, Jonathan Barker about 2.5 second lead over Kyle Taub. As we're coming up to the stage number 1 here shortly, around lap 50, so around 12 laps to go for the stage, actually 13 to be exact. Not sure what the fuel window will be like. I think they'll be able to go to around 40 or so laps. I don't know if the fuel number is different here for tonight's longer race. I believe it is 75% fuel as well. The stages are for the top 8, so Hunter Peach will be at 8th place spot as Nick Hapiak up to 7th place. Him and Hunter Peach not having the greatest qualifying, not be able to set a lap there. They're now in 7th and 8th, catching up to Josh Arnold, who led a few laps actually at the beginning of this one. Has fallen back here, kind of like a rock here in the last few laps. Down to 6th place, now down to 7th. Hapak now up to 6th place, easily going to get around Josh Arnold there. There's a lot of these drivers struggling with these older tires. Hapak doing a good job with it, but some drivers not so much. You got Giovanni Klein, Cole Center duking out here. You got Hunter Senior and Brock Morris behind them. His 4-car pack is Klein in the outside wall in the 1 and 2. Let's go Hunter Senior to maybe get on by. Not quite though. As Mark Kissler now has caught back up to Nathan Lamont for that 3rd place spot. Gonna try to get around him here. As the drivers continue to battle it out here up front. Go back to the mid-pack here. You got Brock Morris side by side with Giovanni Klein. They're coming up to the stage number 1. 44 right now. Jonathan Barker currently the race leader. As they continue to duke it out here for around that 8th place spot, which is for the last stage point of the top 8. Obviously only gets stage points, so 1 point here for 8th place, and currently Cole Center holds that 8th place spot. And there's a bunch of Hungary race cars behind him as well. Behind them, they continue to battle here for Josh Owens. He's continuing to fall like a rock here. Not even going to get any stage points, as right now he's in 11th place. As Zachary Merritt and Mark Kisswiller are coming down pit lane to pits as well. So Kisswiller coming off the pit lane right now, as pit stops happening right before the stage. We'll see who else comes down here in the meantime, as Zachary Meredith into his stall as well. Meredith was the driver that got very loose on lap 1, almost got into this pit pit lane on accident there, almost split into pit lane. We'll see how far Jonathan Parker can take it. Looks like the field went around 45 to 50 laps, it seems like, for tonight's race. That's Hunter Peach looking to come down pit lane. Same with Brock Morris as well. As Jonathan Parker continues there, he has 2 laps to go until the stage number 1, as it is in the lap 50. With Hunter Peach and Brock Morris coming off the pit lane for now. Jonathan Parker going to come across the line to get to lap 50. He has to go one more lap to win this stage. I believe it's all Dylan Campbell down pit lane as well. Dylan Chappell, excuse me. Down pit lane. As Hunter Sr. close with Cole Center. This is for 6 places for an extra stage point as well. As to the outside goes Hunter Sr. on Cole Snyder. As Jonathan Parker will win the stage, but Hunter Sr. gonna try to get another stage point here for 6th place to come across the line, and he's gonna get Cole Center by half a car length there. Jonathan Parker wins stage number 1 as Connor Thompson Gardner comes on pit lane. Giovanni Klein comes on pit lane as well. Same with Josh Arnold, who was really struggling on those tires. And here comes Jonathan Parker 1 lap after winning the stage as well. Go bring it slowly down the pit lane. Gotta make sure you have no speed and low lock up there. I think he made it down in time. Looks like no black flag for that 48 machine. And no penalties yet so far. We'll see where Mark Kissenweather comes out here as he's got to unlap himself this time by. As every single driver come down pit lane this time. No one's staying out except Donnie Kite. Donnie Kite, the only driver to stay out on the racetrack. There, 1 extra lap, so most of these guys can go around 51 laps, it seems like, as everyone came down pit lane that time. Very, 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 very busy pit lane right now. As there goes Jonathan Parker off the racetrack. As we'll see where Mark Kissenweather will be. This one rounding through 1 and 2. Not up to Parker quite yet, as Jonathan Parker might still be ahead of Mark Kissenweather. But Kissenweather is going to have 7 lap older tires, as he's just ahead of Jonathan Parker for now. As Donnie Kite and Mike Campbell now in the pit box. Jonathan Parker now about 8/10 back from Mark Kissenweather, and no one looks like to have gotten a penalty there from that pit cycle. So everyone is cleanly on and off pit lane there with no black flags. But right now, currently, our race leader after that pit cycle, Mark Kissenweather, but he has way older tires compared to Jonathan Parker. We'll see what happens here. These next few laps, can Parker easily get around Mark Kissenweather? Will it be a struggle here? Let's go quick rundown of the field as well. We'll do that right now. Currently, like I mentioned, Mark Kiswell currently our race leader. Jonathan Parker in second. Kyle Todd third. Hunter Pichu also pitted a little early in fourth. Josh Adams fifth. Zachary Merritt pitted early as well in sixth. Brock Morris in seventh. John Osborne eighth. Nick Hapiak ninth, and Hunter Senior round out our top 10 as of now. It's a quick little rundown of your top 10 spots. It's a quick look at our most positions gained. Is Hunter Peach still up 18 spots? Nick Hapiak up 12. Brock Morris up 7. So Hunter Peach, biggest mover so far here tonight. Let's take a look at the weather as well. Still 85-degree track temp, but you see that air temp has dropped a couple of degrees. The sun is continuing to set here in Concord, North Carolina, 8:09 p.m. in the sim side. Sunset probably, as we have of course spinning, I believe, through 3 and 4. Don't know what number on that one is. They're coming down pit lane. I think that was Joan Chapel possibly. Looks like it is. He has a black flag entering pits. He's a reset there. But I can tell you it will be dark at 9:41 p.m. Eastern time, currently in Concord, North Carolina. I'm not sure exactly when it will start getting dark, but it will be dark. Probably at least in sim time, at least an hour, 30 minutes or so, give or take. As we round the sunsets here at Concord, let's do a little bit of a Ellerin crank it up here on lap 59 of 200 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The back glide here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Mark Kiswell continues over here. He's continuing the pull away from Jonathan Parker here the last few laps. The gap opened up to around 2 seconds between those two drivers right now. And Kiswell are looking good so far here. About a little bit more than halfway through his run on these sets of tires. There's 20 laps to go. He went around about 46 or so laps on those sets of tires before, so expect the same for him as well in this stint. Brock Morris here for 8th place. Moves himself another place higher than that 6th machine. This is a pretty big pack of cars here, even after that pit cycle. Around 5 cars in a single pack here, led by John Osborne in 7th. Nick Kapiak in 8th, right behind him. Kapiak to the inside now on Osborne. Through 1 and 2 they go. Almost clear there. Just not quite able to get alongside enough there down the back straightaway. Kapiak still side by side with Osborne. Can he clear off of turn 4? Not quite. Osborne with a good run down the front straightaway through the quad oval. Kapiak with a good run on the entry to turn 1. How aggressive will Nick Kapiak be here for a 7th place spot? Kapiak kind of backs out of it there for 7. As Jonathan Barker has really closed the gap now here on Mark Kismo these last few laps. Nick Kapiak right behind John Osborne, as we try to make another move here for that 7th place spot. Osborne on the top side, defending it well. Kapiak with a good run off of turn 4, has some momentum, not able to really take it anywhere into turn 1, but Jonathan Barker has caught up to Mark Kisswiller here for the 1st place, as Kisswiller, like I mentioned, has about 7 lap older tires than Jonathan Barker, so Barker been saving his stuff a little bit there in the early run, and he's been eating up Mark Kisswiller these last few laps side by side with Jonathan Barker. And he should easily be able to book it and clear, and yes he will in the turn 1. Jonathan Barker retakes the race lead here on lap 72. In the background there, Kyle Taub, kind of a no man's land there in 3rd. Also staying with Kyle Hunter Peaches, a little bit of competition behind. Has some lap traffic up ahead. But it's Peach and then Meredith in 5th, and then Josh Adams in 6th. You still got John Osborne and Nick Kapiak duking out here for 7th place. A few seconds back from that top 5 spot. Kapiak in the outside wall. Same with Osborne though. Who has better run off of turn 2? Neither of them really. As they're single file into turn 3 and 4. As Osborne still really ripping that top side. As Kapiak struggling to get around that 81 machine for now. As side by side once again through 1 and 2. As Osborne doing a great job defending for now. As can Happy finally get around the outside. He hits the outside wall for 4. That slows him down just a little bit. Allows Osborne to stay alongside him for a little bit longer. Into turn 1 they go. Got 25 laps to go until stage number 2. Happy should clear off for turn 2, and yes, he will. He picks up another stage point here if he can hang on for his next 25 laps over John Osborne there, that six machine in front. And side by side for second, Kyle Taub and Mark Kissenweather. Taub got a clear Kissenweather for second place there easily. And see, there's a lot of close drivers. Fourth on back is a pretty overall close, somewhat field there. Fourth on back, we'll kind of see here how close these guys are. That's Hunter Peach right there. Those cars flying by. And the 13th place, that was Josh Arnold there. From Javon Klein, but relatively close. But then really, that's the top 4 that are pretty much the top 3 that are really separated from the rest of the field. Everyone else relatively close together. Nick Hapiak now getting around Zachary Meredith. The first 6 places. Meredith, one of those drivers who have the older tires. He'll probably pit pretty soon here, and probably around 10 laps or so, give or take. But it's looking like it's going to be a 3-stop race. They pit around every 50 laps. It's on Senior Zachary Meredith is Meredith falling off a little bit here late in this run. As he's under attack here for 9th place. Tony Senior trying to make up a spot here and get into the stage points. Meredith scrapes the outside wall on turn 2, and he will do that as Hunter Senior does clear for an 8th place spot. As the sun is now really setting here in Concord, North Carolina. Not fully dark yet, but I expect in the next probably 20 minutes it will become completely dark here. As it is 2x speed, so big wiggle there for Kyle Taub off of turn number 2. Keeps it under wraps for now. As so far we have been caution-free all 82 laps. I might have just jinxed it right there, but yeah, I've been caution-free for 82 laps here so far here tonight at Charlotte. And it's been pretty good racing, a lot of strategy calls. I think it'd be interesting to see how it plays out at the end of this one. I think right now Jonathan Barker definitely the man to beat out in front as John Osborne good attack Nick Kapiak here for 6th place. Kind of a reversal of what we saw before. I think Kapiak was the challenger. Now Osborne is the challenger on the inside line. As Osborne and Hapiak side by side. Down the back straightaway they go. As Hapiak closes the door down on that 81 machine. As Osborne once again going to try to go to the inside of Nick Capiak. These two have been really duking out these last few laps. Pretty much since the pit cycle. As Capiak gets a bit loose there off of turn 4. As they're still alongside each other into turn 1 and 2. As none of these drivers really giving way to quite easily. Capiak does finally clear there off of turn number 4 as he's catching up to Hunter Peach here, as Hunter Peach has a little bit older tires, about 4 lap older tires than Nick Capiak, and Capiak a few tenths quicker than that 47 machine out in front of him. So he's looking for a top 5 spot here for this stage, as the stage is winding down here as well. Something to keep in mind. Peach still ahead, running the top side. Capiak could go low now for 5th. A single foul here, down the back straightaway to the inside line they go. Capiak easily clears off of turn 4. Now Peach has to defend from John Osborne here about these next 12 laps or so. Can he do it? It'll be tough to do, as Osborne has been pretty quick here tonight. Same with Nick Capiak. Capiak just needs a caution to maybe regroup, and I think he can definitely challenge Jonathan Parker, at least Cal top for 2nd. Capiak just had a bad qualifying performance. Same with Hunter Peach, not able to set a lap time, might hit the outside wall or something like that. Just kind of just set him back early on this race, and without caution so far, these first 90 laps, it's going to be tough to maybe regroup and make up that lost time. He's about 12 seconds back from Jonathan Parker. But lap time wise, he's around even with that with Parker, at least, and also with Tobbs. I think he can at least challenge for 2nd, definitely, if he gets that yellow flag he wants and needs. But the pit cycle should be opening up here shortly. As some of the drivers like Mark Kissel are pitted 46 laps to go. Will he short pit once again? As Zachary Merritt down pit lane. And Mark Kissel follows suit here shortly. Doesn't look like it yet. This is entering turn number 1 and 2 there. Summer Peach also coming down pit lane to his pit box as well. John Osborne and Nick Capiak continue the battle here for 5th place. Some lap traffic up ahead. Let's go allow Osborne as he makes a little bit of contact there with Mike Campbell. Allow Osborne to clear Nick Capiak as lap traffic was on the outside lane. Kind of slowed down Nick Capiak just a little bit there, just enough to allow Josh Osborne to get by his Hunter Peach black flag there off of the pit road exit. That's a massive mistake for our 47 machine, who was running pretty good here tonight, top 10 spot. And had the speed to maybe finish in the top 5 if his strategy went right, but unfortunately, as Mark Kissel coming out pit lane here as well. With 6 laps to go in the stage. John Osborne in fourth, Nick Kapiak in fifth. Managing Marcus Miller giving up the stage points once again. The short pit the rest of the field. As there goes Marcus Miller off the pit road exit. As here comes Brock Morris down pit lane. The 05 machine. Hard Beach coming to serve his black flag there. We'll see if anyone else comes down pit lane, but right now Jonathan Parker gonna try to sweep the stages. He won the pole, won stage 1, gotta try to win stage 2. About as off of turn 4, Jonathan Parker gets to the white flag for stage number 2. As in the meantime, Nick Hapiak moved up to 4th as John Osborne has pulled away from that 6th machine as well. Kyle Top still comfortably, easily in 2nd. There's a 9-second gap between him and John Osborne. So Kyle Top really in the middle of no man's land here in 2nd place. As we're finally halfway through this one, 100 laps down, 100 to go, and Jonathan Parker has swept both of the stages. Can he finally get his first win of the season here at Charlotte as he won stage 1, stage 2, and the pole position here in tonight's race? Jonathan Parker, stage 2 winner, like I mentioned before. As when will he come down pit lane? I'm guessing it's going to be this next time by. As Connor Thompson Gardner down pit lane. Jonathan Parker looking to go one more lap extra. Trying to make this a 3-stop race, it looks like. A bunch of drivers coming on pit lane this time by. And here comes Jonathan Parker as well. When was there Mark Kistel will be able to get ahead of Jonathan Parker? Zion Kite once again gets to stay on an extra lap compared to the rest of these drivers. So everyone easily gonna take 4 tires and full tank of fuel. Jonathan Parker away out of pit lane, no black flag for him. Doesn't look like anyone else also got black flag as well. As there goes Mark Kistel there. Let's try to ground Jonathan Parker here once more off the exit of the pit lane. Don't know if he'll be able to this time as Parker will slot in line. Not quite. Kissel is going to be side by side in turn 3 and 4. This will be for the race lead once it all cycles out. Ooh, kiss one on the outside wall. He has older tires, but also Jonathan Barker's tires are cold and new. So it may take a lap or two to maybe heat up and get up to the grip levels that he wants. It's currently right now Johnny Kite, the last driver to not pit, and there he goes down pit lane. So Mark Kinsler will regain the race lead off of this pit cycle. It's only going to be a matter of time before Jonathan Barker chases him back down. As Parker gonna let him pull away a little bit, maybe save some tires like he did last time. But once again, only one driver have gotten a penalty here tonight, and it's Hunter Peach, not 21st position. He's currently 2 laps down. He's the only driver to get a penalty here tonight. The pit road incidents. It was on the exit pit lane, unfortunately, not even in the entry, where you see most of the damage done for those black flags. Same way, once again, once down pit lane. Unscheduled pit stop, I believe, for a 27 machine. Misses the pit road box, big time actually. He's continuing to reverse it. Actually, his right front is completely broke. So let's take a quick replay of what happened there for that 27 machine. So he was destroyed there as he got a bit loose. Oh, overcorrect hard on the outside wall. Yeah, I was right in front of, I think that's Adams. Josh Adams, I believe. Yes, it was. Right in front of a fourth place driver. And a hard hit for Sam Wade. And his night will be done here early. A 27 machine out of tonight's race. As Hunter Peach coming down pit lane once again. He may call it a night as well. Just stop into his box and actually keep going. I think he may have missed his pit box, but he's just going to stop and park it here for tonight's race as well. So those two drivers out here early on lap 109. Don Osborne and Brock Morris side by side. Osborne gets ahead of Morris, who has older tires. Mark Kissel got passed by Jonathan Parker there for the race lead. As one thing to note, Kyle Taub a lot closer to Jonathan Parker this time by. He's within about a second there of Jonathan Parker, and he only has a 1 lap older tires than that 48 machine. So that's something interesting of note here as we enter the second half of this race. Kyle Taub with a better pit stop strategy possibly than Jonathan Parker. So here comes Kyle Taub, gonna try to get around Marquis whenever we go back here. Nathan Lamon, Brock Morris. Nathan Lamon got around Brock Morris pretty easily there. As Hunter Sr. in 9th place as well. Gonna try to get around that 05 machine. As caution flag flies for the first time tonight here on lap 104 or 114. We'll see what the cause was there. As Zachary Mayer spinning out on the front straightaway to bring out the first yellow of the night. Just looks like he just got loose by himself. Same thing happened lap 1. Oh, and yet the inside pit wall barrels, and around he goes on the front straightaway. And first yellow of the night. As that's gonna change a lot as drivers coming down pit lane as Daggerman is still trying to get around the racetrack. He's backwards, but go to the for pit lane track position as well. As this really changes a lot here tonight. I believe everyone will probably take 4 tires and a full tank of fuel as well. Out goes Jonathan Barker, who's going to win the race off pit lane. Followed by him is Marcus Miller, Josh Adams in 3rd, Kyle Top 4th, and John Osborne in 5th. Take a look at most positions gained so far here tonight. Nick Kapiak, Cole Sander, and Connor Thompson Gardner. Most positions gained so far. Take a quick look at our weather as well. Currently 83-degree track temp, slowly going down with the air temp as well. Only going to get lower and lower. Trucks are going to get faster and faster as the race goes on. But in the meantime, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for the green flag here at Charlotte. Tires are back out to go back green here at Charlotte, coming to 118. As green flag is out, and we're back underway here at Charlotte. John the Parker looking to restart. Marcus Miller slots back in line. And behind them, Josh with a position 1 car on the outside wall hard. I think that's Siobhan Klein, that 5 machine. Yes, it is. Slow down the back straightaway. But we stay green for now as they're side by side here. We're at 4th and 3rd place spot. Josh Adams, Kyle Todd. And also for the race lead, Jonathan Barker. Under attack here from Mark Kissenweather. There's one more stop left in this one as well. It's Kissenweather looking good on the short runs. Gets a bit loose off of turn 4. Here comes Nick Hapiak, bit loose off of turn 2 as well. Locking it down. Another gyro loose as well. It's Nathan Fryer there, and that 77 machine is Hapiak, who's all that track position he had, as he was the most positions gained. Now he's back now in the 17th. And with 81 laps to go in this one, there's still one more pit stop left in this race. So, Kissenweather almost on the outside wall there from Jonathan Barker, but Parker still clears down the back. Yes, he will. Kissenweather all of his back bumper that 48 machine though. This is a 3-car tandem here now in the turn number 1. Parker, Kissenweather, and Adams, 1, 2, 3, and you got Todd also there in 4th, not too far behind from this 3-car pack. Parker goes to the inside to fin a little bit as here comes Josh Adams up to 2nd. It's the first time we've seen him in the top 3 all night long. Trying to move his way through the field. Side by side of the race lead, he's going to try to lead his first lap of the night. Here comes Josh Adams on the outside. Can he make it stick? It's still side by side with the race lead. Mark Kissenweather behind them, gets a bit loose for 3rd. And Adams clear Parker. And Adams does lead that lap here in lap 123. Is he able to clear Parker here off of turn 2? Possibly. As the pack behind them continues to grow. And yes, he will. Josh Adams now clears Jonathan Parker for the race lead here tonight. As the front pack has really grown. It's about 8 cars deep. Nathan Lamon in that 8th place spot. We got Mark Kissenweather and Kyle Todd side by side for 3rd. Todd way up the racetrack in turn 1 and 2. Gotta lose a spot there to Kissenweather. As we work on the outside wall. There, I believe that may have been Connor Thompson Gardner there in the 15th spot. But we stay green here for now. Side by side for 3rd behind them as well. Once again, Kissenweather and Cobb. Cobb still on the left right rear quarter panel of Kissenweather. Side by side for 1st. Here comes Jonathan Parker back up to the point. Gonna try to retake the race lead from Josh Adams. And yes, he will. He clears on the back with the help of Mark Kissenweather. As Kissenweather now to the inside of Josh Adams for 2nd. He's gonna clear for 2nd as well. Some contact there. Kyle Todd and Josh Adams through 3 and 4. They keep it straight though, as they stay in the same positions they were before. And now Kissenweather on the back bumper of Jonathan Parker. Kissenweather shrouding around Jonathan Parker as Parker blocking to the inside. Kissenweather really ripping the top side, sends it through 3 and 4. Not able to clear quite yet though for Jonathan Parker. As most of the field single filing out here. It's Kisswiller in the race lead over Jonathan Parker. Josh Adams in third. Kyle Top fourth. Brock Morrison fifth. Cole Sawyer sixth. Nathan Elmon seventh. John Oswald eighth. Josh Owen ninth. And Hunter Senior rounding out the top 10 spot. We got side by side here. Brock Morrison, Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder got clear there. Brock fifth place spot. Moves himself in the top 5 here. On the outside wall, I think that was Josh Arnold there in that 22 machine. Up in front, Kyle Todd gets around Josh Adams for third. This is kind of a repeat what we saw in the first 30 laps of this race. Cole Snyder able to pull away. Right now, Kistler continuing the gap around the 1 second between him and Jonathan Parker. Not sure if he's gonna burn up his tires here, like kind of what he did in the first round. Jonathan Parker was able to slowly regain that time back and pull away to a big gap with only around 70, a little bit less than 70 laps to go. Maybe Mark Kistler's game plan here is just to try to push as hard as he can and try to pull away before the pit stop cycle happens, because they can pit around. You can pit around in about 20 laps or so. It's Kyle Top now under giving Parker a little bit of an attack right now here for second. Probably what Parker does not want to have happen right now, is I think he was just fine saving his tires on the inside line. But Todd now pushing the pace here as he's side by side with Jonathan Parker for second. Through 3 and 4, Todd has the momentum on the outside line. Off the exit of turn 4, he's going to clear Jonathan Parker. He's going to take second place with him. And how aggressive will Jonathan Parker be? He's peeking to the inside right now. Todd shuts the door on him though, as now Todd asserts himself officially up in the second place. As when will Parker decide to start pushing here late in this one? As we're coming near when the pit cycle can open in about 15 laps time. Drivers can come down pit lane and make it to the ends. Probably will be around 45 to go, I would assume, when most of these drivers come down pit lane, give or take. As mostly single file here. We do one more aileron, crank it up here with 62 laps to go here at Charlotte. corner of the race. As some contact on the outside wall goes Josh Adams. As the racing and the intensity has really picked up here these last few laps. As now Jonathan Parker sits in 4th place after dominating here the first 3/4 of the way. Pretty much. It's now pretty much top 6 has a chance to win it all the way down to Nathan Lamont in that 6th place spot. 6th car packing, one more pit stop left in this one as well. Josh Adams now fighting for the race lead here. Mark Kissenweather is here, almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide down the turn 3 and 4. Here comes Parker down to the inside for 2nd. As Adams takes the race lead, Mark Kissenweather falling out here, down to 3rd place now. Coming to 55 laps to go in this one. A block there from Mark Kissenweather on top. I think Kissenweather knows his tires are pretty much gone here. He's trying to limit the amount of time he loses, but here comes Jonathan Parker from the inside of Josh Adams for the race lead. Parker side by side with Adams. He's going to clear off the turn 2. Parker back out front. So we let early off after that restart here. This tires have really fallen off these last few laps. We saw the same thing earlier in this one, the first 30 laps or so. Kissenweather was really quick off the get-go. After around 25 laps, he really fell off quickly. There's still a little bit more 50 laps to go, so one more pit stop these drivers have to make. One more mistake-free pit stop they'll have to make if they want to have a chance to win this one late. Kyle Top, Mark Kissenweather side by side. You can Nathan Lamont to the inside as well for 5th. As Mark Kissenweather is really falling off on the outside lane, he goes as well. Kissenweather just trying to hang off for everything he has. Looks like Kissenweather maybe bringing her down pit lane this time by. Not quite. He gets really tight in the turn 3 and 4. Whip the racetrack he goes. It's Kyle Top aisle. Oh, the back bumper of Cole Sander as Connor Thompson Gardner, black flag there, entering pit lane. Most likely speeding for that 30 machine. Not a pit road mistake you want here with 30 laps to go. Is Lamont still side by side with Mark Kissenweather for 5th place. Giovanni Klein, Cody Merkel go down pit lane as well. Will we see Mark Kissenweather come in this time by? No, we won't. As I mentioned, the pit cycle is open. The pit lane window is open now. People who can make it down, go down pit lane and make it to the end on fuel. Surprisingly, Mark Kissway still has not come down pit lane. I would expect him to come pit lane a little early here with how hard he was pushing those tires. But they can go about 12 more laps, which would put him around lap 35 if they really wanted to. So some of these drivers could pit with 35 laps to go. That's the longest they can go out in fuel. But Josh Adams hanging tough so far with Jonathan Parker here. Late in this one, currently Josh Adams in second place. Right behind the race leader, not letting him get away too far ahead. As Marcus wants to the inside, Brock Morris right now for 7th. Side by side ahead of Nathan Lamont and John Osborne. There's one driver down pit lane, that's Kyle Taub there with 44 laps to go. Mark Kissel also follows suit as well. Those drivers get down pit lane with no black flag for now. John Osborne up to 4th place now is Josh Adams still on the tail of Jonathan Barker here with 43 to go. It's Cole Center bringing her down pit lane this time by as well. That 24 machine. Josh Adams has a chance late in this one. Here with 42 to go, 41 to go now, this time by. He's on the back bumper of Jonathan Parker. Closest driver we've seen with Jonathan Parker pretty much all night long after this green flag run. Alright, so here comes Josh Adams. Someone blew their engine on pit lane, I believe. A blown engine. Not sure who exactly that was, but it was Zachary Merritt probably on pit lane. But Brock Morris now down with Nathan Lamont for 3rd on the racetrack currently. It's Morris to the inside, not able to get there quite yet on Nathan Lamont. As here comes Jonathan Barker down pit lane, currently our race leader with 39 to go. Where will Marcus and Kyle Taub come out? Kyle Taub currently down in the back straightaway, Marcus right behind him. They both pit on the same lap. They have about 3 lap old tires right now. Jonathan Barker out in the way of 4 tires is full tank fuel for that 48 machine. As here comes Kyle Taub down into turn 1. Donnie Kite, Marcus down pit lane once again. He actually has a black flag. As I'm not sure what happened there. As he got loose. And Didn't see him have a black flag before, but he came down pit lane once again and got a black flag right there. So I'm not sure what happened to that 15 machine, as Brock Morris has a black flag. But from what I was looking at, Marcus Miller didn't have a black flag at all. So I'm not sure why he came out pit lane a second time, but he's out of this one. As we go back up there, Kyle Taub has jumped Jonathan Parker. Josh Adams just a little farther behind. He's about 1 second back from Jonathan Parker. Kyle Taub about a second in front of Jonathan Parker. As Nick Capiak down pit lane, Jared Skinner, Hunter Senior, and Brock Morris down pit lane. Brock Morris having to serve that black flag he just got. Nathan Lamon, who was a race leader right there down pit lane. Josh Owen crossing the line that time by. Go with the pit here shortly as well. Probably around this lap or next lap. As there goes Josh Allen down pit lane. As into the box he goes. Kyle Taub now takes the race lead here with 34 laps to go. Jonathan Parker, Josh Adams not too far behind him. 1 second between these top three drivers for now. And the pit cycle is complete. Everyone has come down for the last pit stop here tonight. Taub has about 4 lap older tires than Jonathan Parker. Adams has about 1 lap older tires than Jonathan Parker. Driver with the faster tires right now is Nathan Lamon. He pitted 2 laps to go. John Osborne pitted 3 laps to go. They're about 7 seconds back from the top 3 spots. About 32 to go. This time by. It's really anyone's race in the top 3 spots. Is now the top 3 even closer now, as now the gap between all of them is about half a second between Kyle Taub and 3rd place Josh Adams. 3 cars under him, like after 171 laps of racing. Only 1 caution so far tonight on lap 114, caused by Zachary Merritt there off of turn number 4. Just got a bit too loose and hit the inside pit barrels on the pit road entry. That's the only caution so far here tonight. Jonathan Parker has won both stages in the pole as well. But can he win his first race of the season here It's coming down to the wire here. Under 30 laps to go here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. And here goes the inside, goes Parker. He had a peak there in the turn 3, just not enough momentum to make it work. Oh, contact there! Kyle Top around in front of Jonathan Parker, and caution flag flies as the leaders make contact off of turn 2. And with 27 laps to go, that changes everything as it bunches the field back up together. As they make contact off of turn 2, Kyle Top was leading and was in a great position to maybe challenge for the race win. And off the front bumper he goes of Jonathan Parker. As this is off turn number 2, Todd just gets tight up the racetrack. He goes, gets it loose, and nothing really Parker could do there. And around he goes, and Jonathan Parker still has the race lead. Todd loses a bunch of positions though. Just trying to push as hard as you can, and that's the result that happens there. Just gets tight up the racetrack, hits the wall, and ow, right on the inside wall. And once again there. Don't think Todd has severe damage, but I think it's going to be enough to maybe affect his area big time. But Parker, I don't believe, has severe damage as well. But you never know how little damage can affect these race cars. As everyone coming down here with 25, coming to 25 laps to go this time by. And it's going to be about a 23 lap shootout to the end of this one. Parker wins the race off pit lane easily there. Josh Adams in second still. Cole Snyder in third. John Osborne fourth. Giovanni Klein fifth. As we're going to take a last break here tonight with 25 laps to go here at Charlotte. We'll be right back for the green flag.
Is going to take the victory 128 laps without a pit stop.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win.
Saturday Night Racing League and throwback at Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
NJBDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in.
As back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, about to go back green here with 23 to go. Green flag is out. Jonathan Parker leads us once again to green flag. And with a great restart there, Josh Adams gonna slot in line here. Right behind that 48 machine. See what he can do here on this 20 lap or so shootout to decide who wins here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Loose there is Cole Snyder off of turn 2. Osborne clears for third. As behind them, Nathan Lamont and Cole Snyder battling out for fourth. Has a bunch of loose drivers there. It's Donnie Kite, Giovanni Klein losing his corner wall. Then there's Nick Hapiak around. There's Hapiak, Donnie Kite, Cody McCorkle around. As that does not bring out the yellows. We stay green, actually. This Hapiak once again. Bad luck for him. As let's take a quick look what happened there. Looks like Hapiak just got loose, and also I think that's Hunter Sr. but underneath him got loose as well. And just couldn't save it. And hard in the outside wall of that 6 machine. But we stay green, but back out front, Jonathan Barker and Josh Adams duking it out here with 21 to go here for the race lead. There's 48 and the 12. Has all of that bumper is Josh Adams on Jonathan Parker, pushing him around the racetrack with 20 laps to go here. 30 miles left in this one. They've done 270 miles so far here tonight. There's 30 more to go. And not too far behind them is Cole Snyder and Nathan Lamont as well, 3rd and 4th. They could definitely play a factor in this one late, as only about a few tenths back from Josh Adams. If these two in front make contact, we saw some contact earlier with Kyle Taub. This Taub currently ranked 13th place and definitely severely damaged and off the pace there in that 3 machine, unfortunately there. As the inside, here goes Josh Adams for the race lead. Side by side with Jonathan Parker on the outside. Adams through 3 and 4, sent it on the bottom, not able to stick it. As a little bit of contact maybe as Jonathan Parker wiggled there up the racetrack to go. And now Josh Adams leads off of turn 4. 8 leads with 18 laps to go in this time. On board with Jonathan Parker. Like I mentioned before, he got the pole here tonight. He won both stages. Stage 1 and Stage 2. He's looking to try to dominate here tonight. He's looking really good, but that first caution came out on lap 114, the second one, just a few moments ago, about 8 laps to go here. On lap 173, excuse me, 75 there. He and Kawata made some contact there down the back straightaway. Brought out the second caution of the night. Currently a little spread out here, coming to 15 laps to go. Josh Adams leads over Jonathan Parker currently in second as Cole Snyder has closed the gap here in that 48 machine ahead. He's now Cole Snyder on the back bumper of Jonathan Parker here late in this one. Does Parker have something here? Maybe some tire strategy, saving just a little bit, and maybe push at the end these last 10 laps. As the top three have now really pulled away from Nathan Lamont and the rest of the field. Lamont having no man's lane right now. He has Divine Klein a little bit further back from him. Also kind of no man's lane himself. As they're trying to chase down the top three now. As the top three under a blanket. We saw this story before there was contact between Jonathan Parker and Kyle Tabo. We see a repeat of that here with Josh Adams and Jonathan Parker. As 11 laps to go, Jonathan Parker all over the back bumper of Josh Adams here at Charlotte for the race lead. Parker going low now for the race lead, side by side down the back. Adams defends well. He stays ahead down into turn 3. Parker going to keep his nose in there, but he's going to get chopped off by Josh Adams. Adams defending as much as he can here with 10 laps to go this time by. Can he hold on for 20 more turns? As now he has two drivers to worry about. Parker to the inside, Cole Snyder to the outside, as they're almost going to be 3 wide off the exit. Not quite, as side by side for the race lead. Jonathan Parker on the inside, Josh Adams on the outside, and Cole Snyder right behind. And these two drivers make contact up ahead. Snyder is there to pounce. As they're side by side through turn 4, off of turn 4. Who's got the better run down to the front straightaway? As they're door to door coming to the line, it's going to be Parker that leads that lap barely. And still alongside each other here. Parker with the advantage off of turn 2. Adams got loose. Adams losing that. Parker now clears for the race lead here with 8.5 laps to go. And here comes Cole Snyder going to try to take advantage of that one. And Josh Adams is going to let him have it. Josh Adams moves down to 3rd place, but Cole Snyder up to 2nd. Can he challenge Jonathan Parker for the race win? Here with 8 laps to go. And can anyone else maybe challenge Jonathan Parker for the race win? As Divine Klein, Nathan Lamont closing the gap now to these top 3 drivers as they continue to battle out in front. None of these drivers in the top 5 have a win here so far this season. Still looking for the first win. Obviously only race number 4, but you still want to start the season off on a high note. Jonathan Parker, 7 laps to go. He's dominating tonight. Can he capitalize it with a win? And it also being his first win of the season, and also the defending champion as well, trying to set this season right. Also currently the points leader, so far doing a good job tonight with that. Now Cole Snyder and Josh Adams side by side here for 2nd. As it's kind of allowing Parker to get away here late in this one. As Adams up to 2nd now is with 5 to go this time by. Now here comes Nathan Lamont right on the back bumper of Cole Snyder. Can Nathan Lamont sink his way into the top 3 spot? He's been running well all night long. As with 4 laps to go, will we also see a caution? We see some late cautions here in lap 175 and 114. Only 2 cautions so far here tonight with 3.5 laps to go. Jonathan Barker out in front here over Josh Adams. Barker just has to hang on, hope not see that yellow flag fly. As side by side, Nathan Lamont, Cole Snyder there for third. Lamont looking for that third place spot over Cole Snyder. Lamont through 1 and 2, still alongside. Down the back straightaway they go. Josh Adams is closing the gap on our race leader. It's going to be a close one here, coming to 2 laps to go this time by for third and also for the race lead. As 2 laps to go this time by. Josh Adams is there on Jonathan Parker's back bumper. To the outside lane goes Adams. Trying to rip the top side, get the momentum off of turn 2. And have that good run down the long back straightaway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And also he has some draft here. He's going to look to the inside. Parker blocks him there as we're coming down to 3 and 4 for the second to last time here tonight. As behind them, Cole Snyder, Nathan Lamont duking it out for third. Adams on the outside. He's going to lead this lap, and he's going to lead the white flag this time by. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Parker getting squeezed to the bottom. Adams, contact for the race lead. Adams squeaks his way by. He's clear of Jonathan Barker. About a car length and a half in between. He just has to make it clear through 3 and 4. Jonathan Parker gets past, coming to the white flag. But Josh Adams out in front. Gonna win here tonight and is gonna pick up his first win of the season. Josh Adams with a great last lap pass over Jonathan Parker. What a finish in that race. As Josh Adams picks up the win here tonight. Wow. What a move in the turn 1 there. Squeaking by on the outside of Jonathan Parker. As Josh Adams burns it down on the front straightaway. As we take a quick break, and we're right back with our top 3 interviews and our full race results as well. As we're back here live at Charlotte, we're going to take a quick look at our full race results here. After 200 laps, Josh Adams wins it over Jonathan Parker in second, Cole Snyder third, Nathan Lamont in fourth, Javon Klein fifth, John Osborne sixth, Josh Arnold seventh, Cody McCool eighth, Jerry Skinner ninth, Nathan Pryor rounding out our top 10. Hunter Senior 11th, Donnie Kite 12th, Kyle Todd 13th, Nick Capiak 14th, Brock Morris 15th, Connor Thompson Gardner 16th, Mike Campbell 17th, Mark Kisswiller 18th, Zachary Meredith 19th, Hunter Peach 20th. Now on our 23 car field, Sam Wade 21st, Dylan Chapel 22nd, and Eden Fonseca Moreno in 23rd did not set a lap at all here tonight. But we got to bring in our first place finisher of Josh Adams. What a win for him tonight here at Charlotte. Picks up his first win of the season as well. Oh, Josh, you got a copy?
I do.
What a win for you tonight. Making that last lap move, come to the white flag on Jonathan Parker. Talk us through those last 2 laps.
Yeah, I don't really know how that happened. I thought when I fell back to third behind Cole that I was just going to run third, and I kind of just ran my stuff off, but I was able to kind of gather it back in and found some speed, and that's where I felt like I was like full throttle. So when I was able to drive back to the 48th bumper, I was really surprised, but that's maybe about the hardest I've ever driven. That was a pretty tough drive to get back there to the lead.
Yeah, also in the turn 1, you got a bit loose there. Talk us through that save also in turn 1 and 2. That contact.
Yeah, well, I had. Oh yeah, props to JP for being nice. Anybody else could have just said, that's for the win and went on, but he doesn't win them that way. So I thank him for being nice about it. I know he was just running hard. He wasn't trying to spin me, but I'm glad Cole wasn't as close as he was like the lap or 2 prior. He probably would have stole it.
Well, what a win for you here tonight at Charlotte. Anyone, I think, for tonight's win?
Oh, yeah. First, Splash and Go. Awesome paint scheme. It probably blinded some people, especially in the daytime during practice. Maybe starting in the pits was good fortune for me, but Juicy Spider, Nick, Mike, Donnie, Hunter, all of them guys. We got some new high side teammates with Jared and Brock, and the High Side podcast is taking off, and everything they're doing is pretty good. So you put on the broadcast, I think alone, that's a feat in of itself. So,
well, congrats on your win here tonight at Charlotte, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. So that was Josh Adams in first place win here tonight at Charlotte. As we bring in our second place finisher of Jonathan Parker, who dominated tonight, won both stages, won the pole, just barely of the slimmest margins pretty much at the end there. Picked up second. Hello, Jonathan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
You round out in second place here tonight with dominating the race, pretty much won the stage, won both stages, won the pole, just couldn't pick up your first one this season. Talk us through those last 2 laps and maybe what you could have done differently there.
My guess is I should have pushed like a couple laps later than I did, because where this tire model is, once you get too much heat in the tires, it's game over, and I just needed like another lap and a half of good in the tires. But yeah, I'm frustrated, but we've been running one win will come soon.
Yeah, still leading the points here, and you finished top 10 in every single race so far this season. The only driver to do so, actually. So 4 for 4 for you. Looking to next week at Michigan, what are your thoughts there at the 2-mile track?
It's like mini Daytona for most of the runs, so gonna have to have that mindset and just kind of know how to work the draft a little bit. And as long as I do that and save my tires, I'll probably be there at the end too.
Well, overall, still a great result here, winning both stages and finishing second. Anyone like that tonight's good run here at Charlotte?
I'd like to thank Lowe's, Cobalt Tools, and Meliella and Coca-Cola Company. Chad and Earl. I'd like to thank Josh Arnold, all the league admins, for putting this on. most Fridays, basically every Friday. And I appreciate them, and shout out to Christian Pacheco.
Well, congrats on your second place finish here tonight at Charlotte. We'll see you next week at Michigan.
Thank you.
So that was Jonathan Parker in that 48 machine. We're bringing our third place finisher of Cole Snyder. Rounds himself off in that third place spot, battling with Nathan Lehman up ahead. Behind him, actually, in fourth. Hello, Cole. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hi, you finished up in third place with a great battle between you and Nathan Lehman. Talk us through those last few lap battles, and maybe what you maybe could have done maybe to win this race, as the leaders ahead of you had some contact in the turn 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah, I think I just burned my tires up trying to get around. I wanted to get around them early, and so I can control the clean air, and those guys were on rails, so I couldn't even get around them, and then I burnt my tires off, and we were just hanging on. But Nathan, man, what a run by him. He loves this track. He's really good here. So just to beat him was a win for me, because I always lose to him here. And he raced me so clean. He lifted the one corner. I kind of pinched him down, and ton of respect for that guy. So I owe him one. But man, it feels good to get a top 3. This league's always tough, and just that was a long race, and we survived.
Yeah, speaking of the longest race of the season by far, just mentally and physically. We had a lot of green flag laps as well. So, just mentally and physically, how tough was it to just log those green flag laps, be perfect on pit lane, and not make too many mistakes?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, it felt like I was falling asleep at half the race. I worked about 18 hours today driving, so when I came home and to do this, I had a steering wheel in my hand for what feels like 24 hours right now, but. It was a long one for sure. You just had to control the car the first couple laps. You could see it was really loose, and then it built a little tight. But once you got that middle ground, it felt pretty comfortable, and we were just logging laps. And a caution came out, and we were trying to cut a stop out, which would have, I don't think, win the race, but definitely gets us a top 5. So with that happening, the caution, and then this new strategy, we still got a top 5. So all around, we're all happy as a group. Yeah,
great result for you, finishing in third place. Anyone like thank for tonight's run?
Yeah, you for broadcasting this thing. God bless you. That had to be long. Josh and Nick for running this thing. Pizza and Wings Gaming, DI9 Designs. They're always on the car. Shout out Nathan for racing me clean. Giovanni Klein. He ran a strategy call. He was struggling all race. He got a top 5. Good for him. And just everyone for keeping this race relatively clean for how long it was. That was fun.
Well, congrats on your third place finish here tonight at Charlotte. We'll see you next week at Michigan.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
That was Cole Snyder, our third place finisher here tonight at Charlotte. Like I mentioned, next week we go to Michigan in the NAOR Cup Series in season number 6, race number 5 for these guys. And also, next up on the schedule, we not this Sunday, but next Sunday, about a week and a half from now, we have Stampede Racing League at Iowa on June 8th. Obviously, the off week here for the Cup Series that race in real life at Nashville. Then on Monday, the next broadcast race, we got the regular season finale at Talladega for the 5 Points Racing League Turnkey Network Solutions Series at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Wednesday nights, we go some road course racing back-to-back nights. Wednesday night, Superstar Arc Cup Series at Suzuka East at 8:15 Eastern Time. And the Undisputed Cup Series goes to Watkins Glen at 8:55 Eastern Time on Thursday. Like I mentioned, Friday, week from today, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and the NAOR Cup Series goes to Michigan. So we got some road course racing, kind of some super speedway racing. Talladega, Michigan, similar, somewhat, kind of these next gen cars. Like I think it was Cole Snyder was talking about. Actually, Jonathan Parker was talking about it. Excuse me. How kind of these next gen cars, kind of a super speedway ish kind of track at Michigan. So definitely some unique racing next week. Also, obviously, the regular season finale going to be very important. The 5 Points FPRL League right there. You decide who gets to chase. So it should be a fun one here. A little break before we go to next week on Monday. So we'll see you guys Monday nights for our next broadcast, and we'll see you Friday night for the next NAOR Cup Series